Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, where Amara has admitted to killing Inga, but now we're trying to figure out what the motive is. I don't really know. That's a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karkul Karain. To avert future tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. Further tragedy? Over the past several years, Minister Inga had been rapidly expanding his power. He had established the secret police and was relentless in his pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but still he was not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat. You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya Fey's abduction? Yes, Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power, after which he would assassinate Garan and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of the terrible tragedy of 23 years ago, and as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling, and Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage away from prying eyes. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so... At 2 p.m., during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. Oh, we're doing this. My bracelet. Apollo. Yep. It seems this trial is far from over. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, then let's start with that last statement you made. I must. Alright. Nope. Thought I saw her arms move during that. Alright, let's watch face. 2 p.m. during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. I didn't see anything. Alright, let's Oh! Gotcha! I don't know how I missed that. Queen Amara. You're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? I could tell because the finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did. Oh. And that pose you make. Is there something about your chest that makes you nervous? Apollo? Whatever do you mean? The murder occurred at 2 p.m., and I'm pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at that time, so then why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the rite? Rite of channeling. Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual. Objection! Such insolence. I would have the perpetrator's name at once. Sorry, no can do. You see, I just happened to find it on the ground, so... You take me for a fool. How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later, because right now... There's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see in it than darkness and more darkness. I might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help. Bailiff, please summon Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice. We're gonna get more information? Huh. Alright. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. Huh? What's that right there? Like a birthmark or something? Or an injury. I think it's a burn scar! Ooh. Channeling photo updated in the court record. Alright, this makes even less sense now. Wait a second. Your Eminence. You don't have a burn scar like that on your chest. Oh, Apollo. What's going on here? If the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan, then who is it?
Take that!
Queen Amara, the person in this photo isn't Queen Garan. It's you posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same, and you're both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garan. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. I don't know what sound that's supposed to be. Eek. Yeah, there we go. Well, look. It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo. I don't understand. I knew it. So the person in this photo really is... Oh, yeah, that was Phoenix. Yes, it's Queen Amara. This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switched places? Amara's confession earlier was also false. Mother, what is the meaning of this? So what does Garan have on them? Don't you see, this changes everything. We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m., the exact time the murder took place. But that would mean Queen Amara couldn't have possibly committed this crime. Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi, so Minister Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara. I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and the accused to stage the crime? Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. And Dirk could have only been there in the tomb if she were channeling him, which means... While Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime, she didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is someone else. Bulganga! What's going on here? Was her mercifulness covering for someone? If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is it? Isn't it obvious? It's only the one other person it could be. Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garan wasn't going to perform it? To create an alibi. Who was behind the two sisters switching places and for what reason? The answer to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterates a certain someone else's alibi. Why, is this some kind of joke? No, Your Majesty, I could never joke about something so grave. The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garan Sigatar Karain. Queen Amara, didn't your sister Garan ask you to pose as her? And perform the rite of channeling? And didn't she also have you drive Dirk's spirit from Miss Faye's body and then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? Yep. And at 2 p.m. while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garan, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dirk? Well, Your Mercifulness... There's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now. Mother? Justice Minister Inga's true killer is... Oh! What? Who just did that? Mother? No! Ha 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 ha! I really did it! Your Eminence, my life is yours! Isn't he one of Garon's royal guards? Queen Amara! Bailiff, arrest that guardsman! Mother. Garon couldn't have. Could she? Someone call for an ambulance! Quickly now! Well, we just lost our star witness. Alright, I didn't see that coming. Alright, we'll keep going. Let's continue on to the... There's another chapter. Holy crap. Alright, I'm glad I didn't try to do this in like one super episode. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. Whew. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. You think Garon put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Yeah. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence? Any news on her condition? She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. Garon, justice will be served. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. Wait, no, this is important. Right. You, horned head. Darkside Body was your father and all but blood, after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead. You are sturdier than your stature, let's on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? Dirk, that was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was part of Garon or Amara's plan. Man, our dreams of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garon is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. But no pressure. All in a day's work. Ugh, who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. Honorable Rebel Dirk Sadmati, I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Well, why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something earlier? The trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Alrighty, after what just happened? First thing Garon will do is respond to the last accusation. So you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garon, here comes justice. Hold on. Oh, where's my... That photo's 23 years old. Okay, so that... I think I did this before already. He's 25. Okay, so that stands to reason. He's only 14. Okay. Trying to figure out with Amara, Dirk, Nayata, and Rafa. They're like, there's something there. Something I'm missing. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings. Huh? Where's the night? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders? Oh, you mean he was, but... How dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence? He literally said it was for her afterwards. It is quite all right, your majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Nope. Now then, your majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I'd like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Did she find another scapegoat? Oh. Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed? What she got up her sleeve this time? How on earth is she gonna pull this off? I have a really bad feeling about this. This doesn't make sense on any level. I thought so. He's taking the fall. So what? What does Garan have on Nayata? Oh, I missed some text. And Amara. He's the one who confessed? Prosecutor said, Marty, you're the real killer. I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crimes to me. Nayata, you didn't really do it, did you? It's helpful. Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. No. Nayata? Peace. Prosecutor said, Marty, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I'm certain. For I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Nayata, retract your confession. Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it. It was Queen Garan who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Surely the truth can set us free. Looks like Iran got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Nayata, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garan's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor said, Marty, your testimony, please. All right. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Karain. I considered divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I am ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. That's a freaking lie. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayata? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nayata, or the queen? Enough. This blather has nothing to do with the eyewitness's testimony. Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow his problematic testimony to smithereens. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. Press! You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer. Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven, but I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Prosecutor Sadmati has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to the Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Khura'in would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney. I'm going to ask you again, Nayuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Is he really the head of the Quickie Mart? Yes, no matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable. It is I who murdered Justice Minister Inga.
Hold it!
I don't think that's true. It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There's no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Ugh. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nayuta? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that or we'll have to force a retraction out of him by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Prosecutor Sadmati, what was the motive for your crime? I had a reason enough to kill Minister Inga.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power to communicate with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when desire struck, as sporadic as that was. It was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. Meaningless whim? It's hard to press a statement like that. Now, if I may return to my testimony.
Hold it!
Yep. Divine judgment? Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstance. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell, but I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrificed my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Ugh, snap out of it already, Nayuta. So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does it sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga, and Queen Amara staged the crime? Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Nayuta, could it be you... didn't know Naina's real identity? You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother? That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all. Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt. No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Nayuta, please add that last statement to your testimony. 15 years ago, huh? That's around the time I left for the US. What happened after Dirk helped Queen Amara escape? Agents of the Crown pursued us relentlessly, so we had to live a life on the run. Mr. Justice, I know that Dirk sent you away so that you would not be caught up in the life that we led. I see. Thanks. I can't believe it's been 15 years. Apollo, there's something about Nayata's testimony. Yeah, that discrepancy is a bit hard to miss, but what could it mean? It means I was right! So Nayata got to meet his mother back when Dirk rescued her. That's what he's saying. It's news to me, though. I'd already been sent away by that point. Okay, now that I've dragged more testimony out of him, what can I do with it? I know. Oh, I'm finally gonna get to do this. That wasn't 23 years ago. That was 15 years ago, which means that's not Nayata in that picture. That means it is who I think it is.
Objection!
Oh! You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said they ran off together 23 years ago. And that is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that. He did, but if we take what you just said as fact, then there's still something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This isn't making any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does that make sense? The photo is only 15 years old. Little baby.
Take that!
Nayata, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in this photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo's only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there over something. And we'll find out what that something is in the next episode. Oh, I think I was right about this. I'm so excited to see if that's the case. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.